G'day guys, welcome back to Alliance War. This is season 59, episode 6. So we've made it 3 in a row now, beating Evo pretty comfortable. Well, not pretty comfortably, it was 6 deaths. I think it's our best war this season. We definitely like keeping it under 10 deaths. It will beat most alliances. We've got 5 fights in today's war. And we are bringing in one of my favorite champions. We're against Chaos. So these guys, we usually face them at least, if not every season, at least every second season. Team is our 7-star rank for Photon, our 7-star rank for Deathless Thanos, and my boy 7-star rank for Bastion. So I will be starting with non-recoil masteries just for the first 2 fights. We'll be switching to recoils for our Bastion fights because he does have the last 3 fights of today's war. So starting off on path 2 actually, it's been a while since I've taken on path 2. I think it's the first time since the new nodes that I've actually taken path 2. So we're using Photon for this first Mojo fight, and that's because of combat deja, well, special burst neutralize. So because Photon is immune to neutralize, we can basically ignore that node. We get a very nice combo into us early on in the fight, which is great. Obviously Photon has no way to control buffs on herself, like she's not immune to Dex or anything, she's not buff immune. So we've got to be very careful if we do Dex when he has the anti-life field, which we do there. And I was debating whether I wanted to take on the degen. I figured that 1 degen would probably be fine, but 2 or more would probably be hurting. And you can see those placebos that we got on us from repeating hits, they do end up triggering some degens on us. The degens definitely did less damage than I thought they would, because we are punching down to this Mojo. He's just a rank 3. We managed to get him down in about 60 seconds here. I think maybe after the special, yeah. Alright, so heading on further in path 2, we have a Warlock. So Thanos just completely monsters this guy, because as soon as we get his armor shattered off, the fight's pretty much over. Because because we have access to so many buffs, like the Energize and the Furies. Those infections are not going to last very long. We can basically ignore strike counter, like it's not going to be too bad. We do get the root on us, which is unfortunate. But we can throw the specials here to remove the root on us. Yeah, but it's a pretty simple fight. I definitely could have tried to trigger more counterpunch and pause the armor shattered, because unfortunately the armor shattered did actually wear off here. But it's fine because we've still got 7 Furies on us here. We triggered the pause to pause those Furies, and we managed to get rid of the armor up that he got again later. I didn't want him to throw the special one into block, but unfortunately he did. And we triggered the counter punch, but we couldn't actually punish the special because we were rooted, which is unfortunate. But it's fine because this fight is basically over now. We pulverize that other armor, and then the fight is over right now. So heading into section 2, we're on full path 9 here. Now Bastion is probably the best hazard shift counter just in general now, because not only is he fully resistant to bleed and poison effects, he's also, once he gets to 8 infection charges, he completely shuts down every energy damage over time, like cold snap, shock, incinerate. So this is a poison cold snap hazard shift, and even though Bastion has 0 resistance or immunity to cold snap, now that we've got the infection up, we've got an awakened Bastion, there's no chance we ever get a cold snap on us, because he reduces that ability accuracy by 40% flat, and has a shift chance is 40%. Now we had to be a bit careful in this fight because of Mystic Dispersion, because we are triggering regen buffs from the poisons. So that's why we did have the invulnerability boost on here. And unfortunately the tech power boost actually hurt me in this fight, because I actually threw 2 special 2s when I was only supposed to throw 1. But it was fine, the fight was over pretty quickly anyway. Next up we've got Lumatrix. A bit of a tricky fight for Bastion because of the 1-eye open node. You can't safely get your parries in and heavies in for the pursuit. So I figured out that we could bait his heavy and then do a double dash and counter with our heavy, because Bastion's first hit of his heavy has a very, very good reach on it. You can see there, even though we dash back twice, we can still heavy counter him. Still want to avoid parrying because of one eye open. I think he does eventually throw a heavy, but the pursuit unfortunately doesn't last too long, and I triggered the evade right at the end, right as pursuit ran off, so we eat our whole invulnerability boost there unfortunately, and he does have the miss out now because we triggered the evade, and we eat a heavy in the corner. Didn't do too much damage, but I managed to get a sidestep there from the corner. I threw the special 2 just to really get some space on him. Unfortunately, he wasn't in infection, so we only got 1 fury from it, but I was pretty confident that that would be enough to finish him off. Now, this was like a Sig 90 Lumatrix, so he has about a 30% chance to fail our instant bursts, but I was pretty confident that one more special 1 here could finish him off, so we do chain into this here with our extra combat power rate. And then the final fight of today's war is just an absolute dream for Bastion, because it's a hazard shift, but it's also a Bullseye. So not only are we able to fully heal from Bullseye's, well, not fully heal, but heal a lot from Bullseye's bleeds, and being a robot as well, we also, when we fail the hazard shift, either incinerate or shock, we place disintegration vulnerabilities on him, as you can see there. You can only get up to a maximum of 2, but each of those increases your disintegration burst on your special 1 by a lot. And you'll see once we get our special 2 off that he just completely melts or disintegrates, for lack of a better word. So we bait 1 special 1 here, barely does any damage, and we're able to regen most of that damage back, if not all of it anyway. We get the pursuit off with a heavy, we chain into a special 2 here now that we've got the infection up, get the double fury, and the power back boost mean we get up to a special 1 here. I wasn't completely sure if this would kill, because it's the first time I've ever done the fight, so I wasn't... I played a bit safe here, just bait the special 1, sorry, the special 2, and you can see, look at that. He just completely gets shafted here. But that was the Warts of today. Really love using Bastion in War. He's just one of my favorite champions already. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.